Good morning, Brian with Grand Roofing. December 4th, 2024, up on a roof. It's going through real estate transaction. We're gonna do a quick inspection of it. Took shelter behind the chimney here because it's brutal, it's cold. There's some little nice breeze going on at times, gusting pretty good. Special wind advisory in effect tonight, gusting up to 45 mile an hour through the night. And this video kind of ties into, should you roof in the wintertime? I pulled up to my shop and those shingles were blown out in the yard. Granted, they weren't nailed down, but it's not a good time to stick down. We're also going to do a little bit of detective work in this because there's some varying opinions on how old this roof was. And I can show you some proof on this video here with the hip and ridge that somebody put black on top of old organic. So that's just a dead giveaway right there of an age line, a timeline when that shit was discontinued. So it's not too gusty right now. Let's get into this real quick. Let's look at the ridge cap first. Switch camera around here. Just an overall of the roof real fast. So sizable, lower slope, 4/12 pitch. Not very complex at all. There's just sections around here and there. But the problem is we're out in West Howard County. There's some trees and woods around, but there's not a whole lot of windbreak. A little more than you would on a cornfield. But looking at this right here, it's obviously had some repair work. It's obviously been blowing loose. Now that right here is a cellophane strip you don't want on the back of a shingle right there. Oh, it's stuck down. It's probably just that corner. Shingles aren't sticking down though. Somebody repaired it, never sealed these down, but that's not what we're here for. We're just looking at the edge of the roof. You see there's a little bit of cracking, glazing going on. It's just an old deteriorating roof. Little pieces coming up like this. They're probably not sealed down very tight now, just cracking. They're just old. It doesn't take much to break that seal strip. But this is the hip and ridge. Looks newer up on top, right? Look under it. They simply put new pieces on top of the old. And if you look up under here, you can see, yes, here's the visible. There's the next piece that's under it. So the headlap of that one is right below my thumb right there. And then that old stuff is the organic. If you look at this right here, you see fiberglass in it. Sorry for the wind. But if you look at this, focus, that's organic matter. It's old plant-based material is how they used to make this back in the day. And dope it with asphalt and put your granules on it. Those had a lot of issues, they discontinued them. I can't believe somebody would just simply, oh, yep, we're gonna repair this by just simply throwing hip and ridge over. Can it be done? Yeah, but why not take the extra step and just chip that stuff away, break it off, crumble it away, sweep it up, and then put it on a good surface. But hey, in this case, we can verify that this is an older roof right there. It should be replaced. Now, with that being said, I don't know that I would go into December pushing into the winter. I need to do a longer form video on this because I'm getting some hate on the channel. Well, I mean, I don't care. It's not really hate. People think they know better. I've had a handful of comments. People are like, oh, I'm in Pennsylvania, I think one of them was. In 40 years or whatever timeline it was, never had a shingle blow out. Whatever. That's fine. If you want to do that and risk it with your reputation, fine, go ahead. But there's no sense in it if your roof isn't leaking. Yeah, some of you guys may be busy and backed up and you want to roof through the winter. Fine. I personally would never do my roof or any roof going into the winter when the temperatures are consistently below freezing. They're not going to seal down. It's cold, it's miserable. The installers are going to cut corners. I promise you, they're going to cut corners. Now, if you're a homeowner DIYer and you're thinking, well, you're the DIYer, you're going to know you're going to cut corners or not. You're going to be into the job. You're like, shit, I should have done this. But if you're having a contractor doing it and people are cutting corners, you won't know. I promise you, you're not going to know. There's steeper pitch roofs. The shingles aren't going to fold to push into the corner. Polymer modified. Yeah, okay, it might flex a little bit more, but honestly, I did a demo right in front of somebody early this year coming out of winter, and it snapped, cracked, okay? If you want to do your roof, you do what you want to do. I'm just giving you my opinion. It's not a good idea. Wait, it's not leaking, it's not blowing apart. Give it a couple months if you're in a cold area of the country or world until it warms up a little bit and coming out and you have more warm days ahead of you than cold days. That's all I'm getting at because this stuff's not going to seal. It's going to cause trouble. There's other things that somebody commented, and I'm thinking about possibly bringing a new playlist to the channel, and that's answering your guys' comments with a video review or video answer to your questions. Somebody talked about different facing facets. I think I briefly touched on that impromptu video. So if you got a hip house, you got all four sides oriented in one of all the directions. Some of them aren't going to seal down near as good as the sunny sides. You may have some sun in the morning, some sun in the west, or some sun on the south sides during the midday part of the day. North slopes, not. Another thing, steeper roofs versus lower slope roofs. Lower slope roof, you got gravity pulling it down, whereas a steeper roof, it's more so hanging and it's not got the weight pushing into it with what little sun you do have to activate the temperature or the seal strip and relaxing the shingles. Like I said, the steeper pitch roofs, if you have a valley. Right here, not so bad when it's cold laying a shingle across this because it just kind of lays and bends a little bit. When you've got a steeper roof, like a 10, 12, 12, 12 or beyond, that shingle no longer flat. Let me show you here. This is a low slope roof, so it just kind of crosses over with a little raise to it right here. This side comes across, not a big deal. When you have a steeper transition, okay, so this roof is now sloped like pretty vertical this way, right? Coming up. This side's pretty steep here. It causes a big V trough. This is shallow. It's hard to show with one hand here, but it's gonna be a lot steeper. So when you throw a cold shingle down in the valley, you need to push that in there gently. They crack. I promise you they crack. Once again, you got a contractor telling you it's perfectly fine. Be like, okay, that's fine. Do you mind putting me at the back of this busy list you got and let some other people do it in the winter? That's what I strongly recommend. Unless you think he knows better, then fine. That's all I'm trying to get at. I need to do a little more quick inspection of this roof so I can get the info I need for these homeowners that are buying this property. On that note, if you're buying a home and you feel rushed to get it done, again, I encourage you not to. There's options. There's things you can do. Just get it under contract. You can have escrow hold the title company or whoever. Talk to your realtor. Talk about that. They can get it under contract. They can negotiate the price on the parties at closing. You want to use such and such contractor at a future date, and they'll hold the money for you. Or possibly cut the check to the contractor, send you a receipt that it's paid, and then work it in later. There's options. Don't rush into it. I'm telling you, don't rush into it. It's not good. We'll have more content coming up on this. It's a big topic. I don't cover enough of it. If you guys like it, give it a thumbs up. Let me know you like it. Let me know down below, and I'll do more of it. I think I'm going to cut today early, head back to the shop, and start building one of these mock-up boards so I can show you. That is another sector of the channel that does do well. I've not done a lot of it. Plus, I got to get back there and meet a truck delivery, getting a CO2 laser cutter so I can work on some side projects. So as always, until next time, be safe. Comment down below what you want to see. So I know you watched this far. Say grand down below. I know you watched it. Appreciate it. Until next time, be safe. We'll see you then.